Hey, what's going on? Casuals Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 10. Hey, we have video, everyone, so that at least we think we're doing it for the first time
it's
today.
Somewhere.
So you will be able to see this on YouTube, I hope. That's our goal. I'm excited today. We got 4 mics preaching the gospel today. They make you want to rise up.
Something different every week.
I can't wait.
So we got Richie Rich here today.
How's it going, fellas?
What up?
What's going on? I got Bo Anderson today.
Hey, Daddy Jangles.
Ben Fell.
Yep.
And then Corporation. Got a good show lined up for you today. There's no excitement for me. I'm old. I'm moldy, crunchy. Yuck. Anyway.
Crunchy.
I made up a new word. Got a good show lined up. Like I said, episode 10. So we're staying after this thing, trying to get better. We got some news today. A little bit. Not much going on. We're going to do a mock draft for you guys. You should be able to follow along watching it. What we're going to do is...
We forgot to prep the numbers.
They're right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw for draft order 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to pick, like, let's just say Bo gets the first pick. He'll pick for Jacksonville. If Ben had the second pick, he'll pick for
Justin Fields time.
for the Jets.
I feel like this
so on
needs
and
to be
so on.
realistic and walked through.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Bo's just being Bo.
Javonte
Justin
Williams
Fields
is
is
going.
my
And we're
guy.
going to draft how we think the teams are going to draft, not what we want.
Not what Bo wants.
Yeah, that's kind of how we're going to set this up.
And I'll be running backs and receivers. Guys.
And then we're going to explain when we make a pick. We'll all comment on it. So
Terrace Marshall, number 1.
No, 3.
we're going to do our world famous top 5.
It's a good one this week. I'm juiced.
We're going to do 5 players, our top 5 players that we want our team. As example, I'm a Steeler fan, that we want them to draft or to target. Yeah. So Rich, you'll be doing the Browns. Bo will be doing the Titans. I think Ben said Dolphins.
The Finns.
Yes, and then obviously I'll be doing the Steelers, as I said. Well, I think we're ready. Let's get some news up in here.
Have I got news for you?
All right, guys. Most exciting news for me is it's only 4 days to the draft. Now, that's from when you hear this. We're recording. Yeah, we're recording now, but from the time this goes live, 4 days, and I can barely contain myself. How do you feel about it, Richie?
I'm juiced. I'm pumped. I'm really excited for what we got planned.
So excited.
I can't wait.
Can't wait to make more trades.
All these players that don't get drafted are going to go into waiver wire.
Yeah, that's what happens when they don't get drafted.
All right, so
I was pumped.
Now I'm not showing up.
I guess it's just time to shit on Richie. Let's
Just keep going.
Every episode.
We had a draft, or fuck. We had that's how excited I am. I can't. That's every other word that comes out of my mouth is draft. We had a big trade that went down. We had Chiefs and Ravens. How do the Ravens always pull something off like this? Where that's how they stay relevant. They always find a sucker. That's how they always find a sucker. The Ndakwe thing.
I'm not mad at either team for that deal, to be honest.
It's not like Stanley.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest thing is they released both their starting tackles, but then got more expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. So let me break it down. We had Chiefs. The Chiefs get Orlando Brown Jr. They get a 2021 second round pick, which is pick 58. They get a 2022 sixth round pick.
I thought it was Ronnie Stanley. It was Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brown.
The Ravens get the Chiefs' first round pick, which is for this year, which is pick 31. They get a 2021 third round pick, pick 94. They get 2021 fourth round pick, 136. And then they get a fifth round 2020 second.
They also gave up their second round pick in it too, though.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you feel about that, Bo? What do you think?
It doesn't change anything as far as how I feel what's going to happen at the end of the draft. I think there was always a chance Baltimore was going to take a receiver. I had them in my mock that I've made that you guys made. Well, I got to change it now. But in my mock that I made, I had them taking a O lineman. Now I think they definitely need to take an O lineman, but I know Richie brought up they're targeting your guy,
Villanova.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I can see them signing Villanueva and then just drafting offensive tackle and, third, fourth round to kind of sit behind him.
Yeah, I still think they're going to take, like Terrace Marshall or something with the 27th pick, and then
whatever the
like
best
that.
defensive end at 31.
Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll see how it plays out. But
you guys know that I hope Marshall don't last until 27 or 31.
Really, the only other news that I saw is, and it's kind of old, is the jersey number rule.
It's not old, it just passed.
I know, but I mean they've been talking about it.
I saw something about Dalvin Cook wanted to change his number to number 4, and if he wanted to do that, it'd be like $1.5 million.
And he said, never mind.
Dude.
Because then he tweeted 33.
Why is it?
Well,
didn't
does
read
another
into it.
player have 4?
And that's what he's charging him?
Probably.
No. What happens is they make all the jerseys, and for them to remake a new jersey, they have to buy out all of their jerseys that are made. It's the exact same reason why in the NBA, when LeBron went to the Lakers, he wanted to switch to 6.
Well, he's
But
switching to 6 next year.
they were forcing him to buy all those jerseys before he could switch to 23. Or switch back to 6.
I saw
23.
Nuke posted something this morning saying something. It was just a Photoshop picture of him wearing 6. He was like, I'm going to take it back to Bron or something.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I like Tom Brady's point the best. I hope you guys know who you're blocking, because I mean that's kind of how the rules were set up, is so everybody knew who was where. And
I get
that's
it.
kind of.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother element.
Yeah, I mean he's like, I hope you can call out who's blocking who and who's guarding who.
I assume the offensive linemen know who they're blocking.
Offensive
Yeah.
line.
No.
Offensive linemen are like,
It's more for blitz pickup. It's more for, it's just.
Because aren't linebackers like 1 through 50 or something?
No, linebackers are 40 through 59.
Now they're
No,
1 through 49.
Yeah, they were 40.
well, I think they're a bit.
No.
They're more than that.
No, I think it's 1 through 49.
That's
and
what I
then,
thought.
Linebackers still got 50s.
or no, it might be 1 through 59.
Casuals.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't have the list in front of me, but of the rules.
The
but-
linemen are basically like pitchers in the MLB. They always got the random 16, 17
Well,
numbers.
I
no
know
one
what
wants.
the old rules used to be. I have those memorized, but I don't know what the new rules are. I don't care. So anyway, I think it's going to be silly to watch. It's going to be silly if you have a quarterback wearing 26. I mean, I have a problem with that.
You don't like 26?
No, because in college Bernie Kosar wore 20, and it used to
Throw you off.
It used to piss me off.
The only way that I mentioned this because it got brought up when I was on Made to Motivate. The only love you, Jesse. The only the only way that it would affect me is if my favorite number's 2. If a player changed to 2, I may start to like that player more. So that's the only way it's going to affect me.
Sounds like Derrick Henry might go to 2.
Well, he was 2 his rookie preseason. He was running out there with 2.
Right.
Mute. I don't know what number you are.
No.
What do you want?
Nothing. So we're gonna draw right now for.
We don't have to mute that. Why do you want to mute that?
We're gonna draw right now for picks. So what I have is some papers right here on the middle.
Dibs.
On the belt. I took one. Ben, get one. Richie, grab the last one if you can reach it.
Why'd you make them so small, bro? What did I say I was gonna get before we started?
Oh, easily.
You got one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I got 4.
Dus.
I'm about to snipe Ken every time. I'm 3.
So
4 is probably the most swing pick of this entire draft.
Yeah. So
Nice. Are you making a trade? You gotta make a trade. Are we making trades?
can
we make a trade?
I mean, we can.
Realistic trades, yeah.
Yeah.
realistic ones, but just so you know, foreshadowing. I don't really see one on the horizon. Anyway.
Who's got 3?
So how it drew is Ben has the 1.
Oh, I got to pick the 49ers. They're the only ones I don't know what they're going to do.
Richie has the 2. Bo has the 3, and I have the 4. I'm pulling up the rear. So
Caboose.
So let's
Ken Boose.
let's do some mock drafting, guys.
Hell yeah.
What?
Classes in session.
Classes in session.
Absolutely.
The best draft we have. Please
Oh,
don't.
here we go. Here, let's do this one.
Fantasy breakdown.
Draft breakdown.
All right, so hopefully you guys will be watching.
awesome.
We're on
Too high at this
profootballnetwork.com. That's what we're using. I highly suggest if you like to do mocks, you can go on there and
This episode of the Cardinals Fantasy Football Podcast is brought to you by ProFootballNetwork.com.
holler at us. Anyway, so we're gonna have Ben start us off with who he's taking.
This is tough.
Yeah, this is a really tough pick. Easily Trevor Lawrence, though.
All right,
Why?
Yeah?
probably because he already has a playbook.
Yeah, I was going to say. We've touched on it before. I don't think he's the best quarterback in the class, but he will be the first pick.
I thought I was the only one that had Jay Fields one.
No, I think we all talked about how Fields and Lawrence is
They're
a lot
very
more close.
close.
Yeah, they're a lot more close than the media's.
But I was the only one
Portraying.
that had him one.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I think he's the best fit for Urban Meyer, but that's other than that.
Fields?
No.
Lawrence?
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. You did say that. I'll shut up.
All
Thank you.
Richie's got 2.
This is another tough one.
Yeah, so obviously it's Zach Wilson. Like everybody has said, I prefer Justin Fields over Zach Wilson for sure, but I think the consensus is it's going to be Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not sure what made them buy his stock so early. I mean, they committed to him almost as fast as the Jaguars committed to Lawrence.
And I think it's because of everybody portraying him to be or have the qualities of what Mahomes has. The whole throwing on the run, throwing in awkward angles, doing stuff that Mahomes can do. And I think they rode that horse.
He fits the mold
Right
of the
away.
quarterback that the NFL is moving towards, the Lamars, the Patties.
All right. Third pick.
Patties.
You like that?
Patty cake. Man, why'd you guys give me this pick?
All right. Who the 49ers taking, Junior?
I just don't think I can fall for the Mac Jones smokescreen.
Yeah, it's tough.
I know that's who Ken thinks.
I do.
Why?
I just feel he fits
Because of the
system
Jimmy
the
G?
best. No, I just feel he fits the system the best.
See, I just don't see them giving 3 first-round picks to trade up for
Mac-
the same exact Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's what I'm saying.
Just younger.
You wouldn't think that when the Bears traded up for Trubisky either.
It's the Bears.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, nothing they do bothers
If
me.
they think that guy fits their system the best, they're going to do whatever it takes to get him.
Trubisky was supposed to be the truth, though. It wasn't. Trubisky was not Mac Jones.
No.
The thought of Trubisky was not Mac Jones.
So I don't.
Trubisky's athletic.
I don't believe. I think Trubisky was no different than Blake Bortles. He shot up the media or whoever just shot him up the draft board. He projected a 4th round pick, and by the time the draft got there, he's a top 10 pick. I mean,
I just keep seeing the video of Justin Fields and Shanahan talking at that second pro day. So I'm gonna go Jay Fields.
All right. Fair enough.
I don't
I like
care
it.
about your feelings, Ken. I'm John Lynch. I'm taking Justin Fields. This is the only pick that I'm going to use my bias towards.
All right, walk us through the most influential pick of the draft here, Ken.
I don't think they're going to take a court, and I don't think they're going to trade out of it. I think they're vested in Matt Ryan. He's got to play at least 2 more years. I think they're going to gamble and hope another quarterback comes along.
Do you think the fact that they're probably not going to be anywhere near the probably top 10, let alone top 5 again in the near future affects that?
No, I don't think so.
That's the only reason that people are thinking quarterback here.
Yeah.
Because it's the Falcons.
Yeah, I think they're thinking, someone like Trey Lance can sit behind Matt Ryan and learn.
But for how long?
Yes,
I think he's somebody that needs experience now.
I don't disagree. I think generational talent, as in Kyle Pitts, is too hard to pass up in this position.
How is Atlanta's O-line?
It's not. I think it's middle.
It's middle of the pack for sure.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the 15 rank.
So it's not like
It's not horrible.
they're bottom end, and it's like why is no one talking about Sewell to them?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they have to take Pitts in this. So that's what I'm going to do. Kyle Pitts.
Okay. Think with the
He's not
Bengals.
looking. Damn. I was trying to be cute for you, bro.
My bad, man. I can't see it. The Bengals, there's a lot of talk about them potentially taking Jamar Chase. I think they're set at receiver. Unfortunately, they let their best one go, John Ross. They let him walk.
You just traded for Boyd in your one league. That's why I think they're center receiver.
No, but I mean, they have
Bias.
They have T. Higgins, who a lot of people like. I mean, he's talented, rightfully so. Tyler Boyd.
Who else?
Who
else?
Don't they have Auden Tate?
Ooh.
Good one.
Yeah. Fuck you. Don't ask me to name another one.
Name another one.
I think it showed last season. I think their biggest concern right now is protecting Joe Burrow. So I think they go with the best OT in the draft and take Sewell.
Okay. I'm gonna comment.
Yeah, me too.
I was thinking Sewell all the way, but for some reason I start hearing a lot of Slater.
Rashawn Slater's very good.
Big Ten guy. You know, they're a little bit more familiar with him than Sewell. As far as a fan base, they know a little bit more about him. I've been hearing again, where there's smoke, there's fire. I've been hearing a lot of that going on. So I could see a world where Slater's taken before Sewell.
Well, I think Slater's
disagree.
more pro ready.
He's got a dope name too.
Sewell is still kind of young, and I just don't know if you want to put him on the blind side. Now, if you put him at guard and you keep Reef on the right side and you keep Jonah Williams on the left side, I think that could fit, having him play at guard. But because if I'm not mistaken, I believe he has shorter arms.
Who's old dude from Indy that they drafted from Stanford, the guard?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
The beast. He's the best left guard in the game.
Well, Quentin Wilson?
Yeah, Quentin Nelson. That's kind of who Sewell.
He's from Notre Dame. He's from Notre Dame.
That's why I said Notre Dame.
Casuals.
Yeah, they kind of play the same game.
Mm-hmm. And he came out as a left tackle, I do believe.
No, he was
a
no.
guard.
No, that was Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Sewell's not going to play guard in the NFL.
Also, just a note on Penei Sewell. His name is a noodle.
Fun fact from the casuals. All right.
Somebody should probably fact check that.
Penei, you ain't never had Penei, bro?
Hey, somebody fact check that and then email us. Let us know what you find out.
Oh, man.
All right. What do you got, Richie, for the Dolphins?
So
The hardest picks, man.
So for the Dolphins here, I'll take Jamar Chase. I think it's kind of obvious they want to put as many weapons around Tua as they can. I could see this being Pitts if he falls to them, but I think they just take the best wide receiver on the board, guy that can do it all for them. He can run the short intermediate routes. He's a good ball tracker down the field. I don't think Tua can throw that far, but
Bet.
I like Jamar Chase to the Dolphins, and they can grab another offensive weapon with
Devonte
all these
Smith at 17. Watch out.
with all these offensive guys pushing defensive players down the board. They could probably get one of the best players at their position at 18.
Word.
I think definitely Jamar Chase in this is the way to go.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't even think
Can't
there's-
pass on that.
No.
I concur.
They're going to be able to get an edge rusher, which is what they need at 18 when they pick there. So I think this is the perfect pick.
What happens to Devonte Parker?
I don't know. I mean,
Because they signed Fuller.
I think-
Lynn Bowden's the truth.
I think picking up a Jamar Chase is good for Devontae
it's-
Parker.
Devonte Parker's lost if Fitzpatrick isn't playing, so he's got to figure it out with Tua. He's not been anything with any quarterback in that system except for Ryan Fitzpatrick. When he's played in quarterback, he's putting up big time fantasy numbers.
I got you.
Tua and him have to figure it out.
Word.
All right.
Let's see it, buddy.
What do you got for the Lions, Mr. Tough Pick?
He does have tough picks.
Yeah. My next one's the Giants. Dude, I'm screwed. Can we? Let's repull. How's their offensive line?
Not good.
I know exactly who I would pick here. But
Same.
I think they're going Slater. I think they're going to try to get first overall pick value out of Jared Goff. DeAndre Swift's the truth. They signed Williams.
if their line isn't bad, so if
Your line's
that's
why I asked you. You ignored me.
No, I didn't hear you ask that. I'm sorry, but
What's their line like, Ken?
it's better than Atlanta's. So, I mean, it here's the thing.
Micah Parsons.
I mean, if you want to give Jared Goff first round value, you have to give him weapons.
Yeah, you have to give him something to use.
Yep, you got to give him a receiver.
I don't think they traded for him to not use
Well,
him.
you know what time it is then.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
Harris Marshall.
I'm not trying to sway your
Oh,
vote.
man.
I'm not trying to sway your vote. I'm just saying, if you,
I just don't see Devonte Smith in Detroit.
I mean, he's in almost every mock draft I see, he goes to Detroit.
Well, we're casuals. They're
I know.
pros.
I'm just saying. Again, when there's smoke, there's definitely
Okay, so
fire.
to your point, you don't think Devonte Smith is draftable this high?
No, I
There
just don't
has-
see him in Detroit.
There has been talk of the Lions trading down and still getting him.
I'm not. There's too much work on a podcast to trade.
Trade.
The Patriots?
No.
You don't think
That's why I told Richie this morning, if the Patriots trade up, they're jumping Denver, and Carolina wants to trade. If anything,
If you don't do it now, that's what I'm doing next.
I'm going to let you do it next time.
Okay.
God damn it.
Your dad's listening. The camera's not going to help you.
I also like
All right,
Devontae
give me
Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
I mean, I just think you have to give him weapons.
Dude, they have weapons.
Hey,
Yeah, they got Kerryon Johnson.
Oh, they got him too.
wow.
And
Quintez Cephas.
Yep, that about sums it up.
All right. So my pick for Carolina, I'm going Rashawn Slater. They definitely need a lineman. They need an anchor. So
Yeah, if they don't trade down to the Patriots, I agree with that pick.
Well, the only reason I don't see in our mock draft the way we got it going here, Mac Jones is still available. I mean, if
so is Trey Lance.
yeah, so the Patriots really don't have to trade anything right now. I don't see them having to move up. Denver's here, so
So the question here becomes, if you're Denver, do you want Trey Lance, or are you okay with trading down with the Patriots and still getting Mac Jones?
Yo, Richie's got all the easy picks.
Are you asking me? I think Trey Lance fits kind of the personality of ownership with being John Elway. I think he kind of fits kind of where they want to go as far as the way they.
You're getting there.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm trying to find the right
Come on,
words.
Richie.
I'm trying to sound polished. Fuck you, Bo.
That's not the point of this show.
I think the way they portray the way they want to run their offense, a little bit more tough nosed, be a little bit more versatile, dual threat. I think it's got to be Trey Lance here.
So you think Drew Lock is done?
Oh, I don't
That's a
think
lot.
I know. That's a Drew.
I'm asking everyone.
Oh yeah,
What's
I
his
mean,
real name? Is it Andrew?
I don't think he's
don't
done, but if they could draft Trey Lance and just sit him for a few games, and then Drew Lock plays like Drew Lock, and they just throw Trey Lance in there.
Don't fold like I did, Ben. Take who you gonna take, bro. I folded and took 160-pound receiver.
I just don't think it's far fetched for them to trade down, because I don't
Why
see.
would they trade? They got a quarterback here. I mean,
Because if they're
They don't
okay
wanna
with
take a quarterback.
if they're okay with Mac Jones, just bear with me. No one from 9 to 15 needs a quarterback except the Patriots.
Unless Washington or Chicago, one of those
There you
teams,
go.
trades up.
So Denver could still get a quarterback that they're okay with taking and get more draft capital.
But who is trading up, or what team is trading up for who?
But then
if they're not taking a quarterback.
At the same time, I mean, it really comes down to if I think the Patriots want and need Trey Lance.
So my thing is if the Broncos take Trey Lance, I don't see a team trading up for Mac Jones.
I can see a trade here,
I can see the Bears trading up for Mac Jones.
but it would ruin something that I'm bringing up later. Foreshadow.
I mean, pick who you think he's gonna. I don't think a trade. I mean, the Patriots are going to be okay with Mac Jones or Trey Lance.
I think so too.
So I don't think they have to trade. I think Mac Jones fits their system better. I mean, they like
I'm going
Jimmy
to take
G.
Trey Lance, but before the next pick happens, I want to say that it's very possible for the Bears to trade with the Cowboys because there's been talks of Cowboys moving down.
Cowboys want that CB1, man. They're not trading down.
No.
Who do you? Let me actually get the left click in here. There we go. Trey Lance. Okay. Do you think the CB1 is Patrick Surtain or
Yes.
JC Horn?
Bruh,
Surtain.
it's not even
Because
close.
it's
It's Surtain.
very close.
It's
No,
not
it's
even.
Surtain.
It's not
It's
close. at all.
very close.
It's not.
I'm telling you, if you go actually do some research, it's
You watched.
very close.
You watched one game.
I
of JC Horn.
watched zero film. I looked at their stats.
I think they're both CB1s, but I think Surtain is a little bit more rounded.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, he's a little bit more
He's
rounded.
so- in any other draft, he would be a top 3 pick.
To Ben's point, they play the same competition. They're both in the same They're both in the same conference. If you watch Horn cover Pitts, gives him all he can handle. Surtain does not.
You watch Horn cover
But-
Devonte Smith, he gets
But
toasted.
but that's what I'm saying.
so does everybody else.
But they're
Not Surtain.
what we don't know is how did Surtain do in Hey, how did Surtain do in practice against Devonte Smith? That's the thing.
He
We-
said the
you don't know.
hardest. He said the hardest receiver he's ever covered was CeeDee Lamb. He didn't. He had no hesitation, and he covered Devonte Smith
Right.
5 days a week.
So, but I'm just saying, I think Surtain is definitely number one, but Horn, I don't think he's as far away as I agree with Ben. I don't think he's as far away as what maybe we're
I don't
portraying.
think it's close.
So I will take Surtain at 10.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
do.
a solid pick.
I do think they get their building block on the outside at corner. They have a few good pieces in the middle of the defense with Lawrence and Jalen Smith. So I think they target defense quite a bit in this draft.
All right, Bo.
Bro,
You had to have that piece of paper. You
I know. It fell towards me. I thought it was a sign. How's their offensive line?
I think
They're not going Waddle. Don't convince me.
no
on
no
a receiver.
no no no
they're
no.
not
I
going receiver.
don't think Waddle either. I
They're
think
taking
it's,
Mac Jones.
okay. I mean, you want Mac Jones? I mean, it could very well be Darashaw or it could-
Parsons.
yeah, or
Horn.
or Koromoa.
Horn.
I think they go defense here. They got a lot of weapons on offense.
I think JC Horn will go to the Eagles. If the Giants are going to
no.
go defense, it'll be Parsons.
The guy sitting on top of our list right now is going to the Eagles.
I don't think so.
I 100% think so.
Yeah, I'm going Parsons. Here.
Okay, Parsons. Mm-hmm.
He's a linebacker. Played for Penn State. What was their coach's name?
Joe Paterno.
Franklin, isn't it?
Yeah, Franklin guy. He was his coach in college.
Franklin guy.
They played Ohio State a couple times.
Wow. Solid knowledge here.
Like I said, mics are spitting the gospel
the
today.
Casuals.
With the 12 pick, I'm going Jalen Waddle. Now Ben's over there
Waddle, baby, Waddle.
refuting it. So why do you not think Waddle? I know you don't like Waddle, so
Their defense just needs. I don't
Their
disagree
team
that
needs help.
their whole team.
their
needs
whole
help.
team is trash. But I
Joe
think
Flacco's their starting quarterback.
between the two top corners in this draft, Surtain and Horn, like I said, I don't think they're that far apart, and I don't think you can pass up on that type of talent.
I don't
At
even think
corner.
Horn's the second best defensive back in this draft.
I think you're high.
I think that your pick is where he's going to go.
I don't. Do you think he goes to the Chargers?
Absolutely. I absolutely think Horn goes to the Chargers.
I think they take Darrisaw.
You think they're going line? They were pretty active signing linemen in free agency.
So with the Eagles taking Waddle, I could honestly see if they have Bateman high on their draft board, I can see them going Bateman because Waddle falls into the same category a little bit of Rager with the whole speed but Waddle's a little bit more polished. But they're both punt returners.
I want to say Waddle and Bateman are the same exact size.
I know, but I'm saying Bateman's the more polished
I think
route runner and
Bateman's
False.
a little bit bigger. I think Bateman's a little bit bigger.
Waddle, like
few
I
inches.
said, the only thing that I liked about Waddle's offensive tape has crispy ass routes.
Yeah.
okay.
I think when it comes down to Bateman or Waddle, they're gonna draft a program before they draft a player.
100%. Yeah, fair point.
That's my That would be the separator.
Oh, you
Fair
mean,
point.
I just think
Yeah, they're gonna draft the program and not the player.
I think the Chargers secondary is the best part of their defense, especially with
who's their starting D-backs?
Ingram is still
just
free
cornerbacks,
agent.
just cornerbacks, because they're not good in corner.
No, they
at
released Casey Hayward too.
And
True.
Chris Harris gone.
Gone. Chris
is
Harris
true.
Jr.
He's still a free agent too.
Every mock draft I've seen,
maybe.
I think so. Every mock draft I've seen has Chargers taking a defensive back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every single one. I'm not saying that's right.
I've seen a couple with receiver, and I've seen a couple with Darasol.
I've seen Devonte Smith fall here and people take him.
Yeah.
That's out of what they want though.
Yeah, I didn't think they do need defensive help. I wasn't even thinking about all the free agents
Just
they
take
have.
your guy.
J.C. Horn,
You've been
it
slopping
makes
on his
sense.
horn the
I
whole
think
time.
J.C. Horn is.
Ah,
All right, Richie, who do you got the Vikings taking?
give me Darasol.
All right, why do you think Darasol there?
They need to shore up their offensive line. They got one of the best running backs in the league. Kirk Cousins, he's a solid QB, but he needs protection and he needs to have time to go through his progressions. And I just think that, give them a building block, let them keep competing. Their defense isn't horrible. It was really bad last year, but I do believe that they can target defense in the second, third round.
I've been seeing Tevin Jenkins getting drafted high a lot too.
Yeah, I think he's climbing up draft boards.
The linemen are all over the place.
Yeah.
Vera Tucker, I've seen high. I've seen it at the end.
I would be very surprised if the Vikings don't take Aujolari or Quiddipe.
I could
They're
see.
going O-line.
To Ben's point, I have seen a few mock drafts take them taking a defensive end to put opposite Danielle Hunter, but Danielle. So
Casual.
yeah,
Yeah, I like the pick. I think there's a good chance this is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't need it.
All right,
Back then, they didn't want me.
Mike Jones.
Now they all on me. Let's go. Put them on.
Mike Jones. See, this worked out where he fell to them perfect, and
This was the easiest pick I've had, guys.
I if he's there and they're picking, the guy might trip trying to run up to the to give the envelope to old Roger himself. All
Who's
right.
gonna be there?
All right, so Cardinals. This isn't an easy pick for me, but I think they go Newsome.
You don't like Newsome.
What's that?
You don't like Newsome.
I
You've
like
said it
Newsome.
before.
I like him in this spot because they lost Patrick Peterson. They lost a lot of help at cornerback.
Who else?
Yeah, a lot of help. So, what was dude's name that got lit up in the? I forget. Kirkpatrick is the other corner. Yeah, he got lit up all season. I think they have to go corner here. I think that's their weakest spot.
If Caleb Farley didn't have the injury history that he did, I think he'd be way higher on draft boards.
Yeah,
That's
I
who
agree.
I think is the second best D-back in this draft.
Yeah, I think maybe talent wise, but I think he's going to fall for that reason.
This is way backtracking, and I can't believe I didn't think to bring it up. But do you think this whole epilepsy thing with Justin Fields is at all relevant?
Nope.
I think
don't either.
whether we think it's relative or relevant, people are going to take note of it. It could scare people away for sure. This NFL, your meat market, they find every little thing about you.
Beef
And,
sticks sound good right now, bro.
what's that?
I'm about to go to the beef market. I'm gonna go to
We're all struggling today. We're so excited to do this fucking show. We wait all week to entertain you guys, and now we're sucking. All right.
Really, we just do it to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so we got Ben with the old Raiders.
Oakland.
I think it's tough to tell what they'll do here, but I think they go linebacker, and I think the best fit for their defensive scheme is Owusu. So that's who I'm going to lock in here.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick.
Yeah, he's a
Nice.
good. He does everything well. I know they re-signed Carl Joseph, but I don't think that really does too much but depth. But Owosu Koromoa does everything very well. He can play the slot. He can play safety. He can play linebacker. He plays the run well. He covers well. So this is definitely
I think
a good
his coverage ability is what separates him from the majority of the linebackers in this class.
fit. I think this kind of makes my pick at 18 a little easier, but I kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on the Dolphins here. So do you think that they go
Harris, no.
offensive line, Najee? Like what do you think they do?
I
here?
think they do edge rusher. I think that's what they need next is edge rusher.
I think Owusu's going to Miami.
Oh, you think Koromoa is going?
Yeah.
I think the Raiders take offensive line. So I agree with that. That's who my pick was going to be, was Koromoa.
I'm just gonna consistently disagree with whoever Ben picks.
No, I think I everything I've seen, they need an edge rusher.
Yeah. Give me Ojolari here.
You folded, bro.
I think that's a great pick.
Because I truly believe that they can still probably get Najee Harris at 30. What was that? 6. So
Give them to me, baby. Terry McLaurin, Terry Marshall. I'm telling you,
No, you want
You're
Terry.
so high.
How do I
How?
erase it? I hit the wrong thing.
you can't.
No.
That's all right.
Bateman. We're going Bateman.
No, I think Bateman before Marshall.
Bateman and McLaurin are identical receivers.
Well, the one that they're gonna see has Terrace Marshall, so you're
Gucci.
good to go.
If they go Marshall, they have the 3 forms of receivers. They got the big body that can make the play in Marshall. They got the dude that can go all over the field in Samuel, and they got the stud in F1.
I don't disagree. It's kind of weird though, because the two teams that you're used to thinking are just ass, and there's no one person that would be a good pick for them, are the Dolphins and the Redskins, or the football team.
forgot to pick a team.
Oh God,
He's so old.
we should put Ken in this seat just for the entertainment.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
It's happening, bro.
Oh, the Browns traded up.
Who this is? Let's go.
The Broncos took ETN.
Oh, they're blue. Oh, they're blue.
Select all, Ken.
Yeah, I know.
We got to put Ken on the visual laptop
That's
so
right.
for the entertainment. I'm telling you.
For the entertainment.
So you said Marshall
19.
to.
Yep, tearing it up.
Do you
So
remember all the
he's-
picks, Ken?
I'm gonna.
He
we'll
is
see.
climbing up draft boards, and
Sewell.
he's a very
He's
good
nice,
fit
bro.
in Washington.
He's nice,
Very
bro.
like he complements all those guys very
Slater.
well. And he just it's just such a good fit, especially with Fitzpatrick being a quarterback. I mean, like I understand if Mac Jones falls or one of those quarterback falls, I can see them taking him or taking one of those quarterbacks.
Who do you have
Or
the Giants?
I could
Parsons.
see them trading up even if one of those guys falls.
I take it back. With this pick, they have 4 different types of receivers. They got Marshall. They would have Marshall with the big body that can do shit. Samuel all over the field. Terry, stud, and they have the massive body of Logan Thomas.
Yep, and then they got the running back out of the backfield. They got J.D. McKissick still out of the backfield.
Antonio Gibson.
Out of respect, I didn't talk well. That was
I
playing.
appreciate you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Out of respect, I hit it while you were talking.
There's people that think that I don't remember the country he's even from, but that tight end that just signed with the Redskins,
Yeah.
apparently
It's from,
that
like,
guy's like a
Colombia.
freak of nature.
Yeah.
And people are worried for Logan Thomas. Like that his
He's
productivity
got a lot
is
to
going to
learn.
go way
Though.
down.
It's going to take him a while.
He's a good guy to have behind Logan Thomas.
He may be on the practice squad for a
What's his
year.
name?
He may not even.
I hope that's the
I almost
case.
picked him
I
up in
think
one
it's
of our
the
leagues.
case.
Dead serious. I almost picked him up. His last name's Moses.
Yeah, he's never played
Yeah.
a down of
Preach.
football, let alone high school. His learning curve is
So you think as far as
he's athletic, but he's not ready to
just
play
touching
football.
on Logan Thomas, just finishes the tight end 3. Do you think anything that the football team has done has hurt his efficiency, fantasy wise?
No, not
Are you fishing for an answer, or?
I want an answer. I'm not
Fitz-
fishing for anything. I don't
I
give a
think-
shit
I
about
think-
No, I
the
didn't-
Washington football
No,
team.
I didn't know if you were expecting me to say a certain answer. Like,
I think with Fitzpatrick,
well-
he's stock is the same. I don't think it's going to change at all.
Fair enough.
So
I didn't know what you.
I think the weapons on the outside, and if they draft a receiver here, I think that helps Logan Thomas. Open up the middle of the field.
all right, where we got Bears.
Yeah, it's you.
Duh, Bears.
Ugh.
Wow. Duh, Bears.
This is tough because I'm not as familiar with the Bears as I should be.
They lost Fuller.
Yeah.
They lost a corner. I think that they go offensive line here.
They lost offensive lineman.
Man, I think they go Farley. I think
Chris.
they go Caleb Farley. Yep. I think
It's so close, man.
they love
We
Virginia.
were so close.
They love Virginia Tech corners with Fuller and
That's a good point.
I
I'm
mean
not
they,
mad
they,
at that.
they've had a lot of Virginia Tech cornerbacks, so I think that's a good pick for
We're
them.
so close.
Ooh, I get to pick your Titans.
God, you're taking a receiver too.
No, you got to pick how you think the Titans will pick.
I'll give you guys. I'll throw it up for discussion. See what you guys think.
I've given the Titans a receiver
think-
in every mock
Take
draft.
Bateman right here, please.
I
Ben.
think the Titans are
We're
the
on
one.
the Colts. We're on the Colts.
I know. I'm just saying. When I get to the Titans, I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah, who you taking here?
The Colts
man?
need a receiver bad.
No, they need an offensive tackle.
To be
Take-
honest,
take-
I think
take-
Tevin Jenkins here. I think would be a very solid pick.
To
That
be
or
honest, you're not
Cosme.
wrong.
Take Jason's nephew, Rashad Bateman.
I don't think you're wrong about receiver, but they just traded for Wentz. They've got Jonathan Taylor, arguably the most valuable running back right now. They're going to put some work in to protect them. And now the question is do they take Cosme or Jenkins? And Jenkins has been climbing draft boards.
No, they take AVT. He's going to be a tackle. Vera Tucker.
You think?
I think he's going to be a tackle in the pros.
I don't hate that.
There's going to be like 7 or 8 offensive tackles
Yeah, this is
taken in the first round.
I like that. I like
That's
Vera
why
Tucker here.
these teams, 20 to 32, they're going to get some very good players because of the quarterbacks, the offensive tackles that are pushing these players down the board.
I agree.
So what do we got?
I took Vera Tucker.
Vera Tucker.
Well, we can't see that, Ben.
Yeah, my bad.
I beat
So
up.
back to the Titans since we're up.
Yep, go ahead, Ken.
Speak up.
They're the one team on all the mocks that doesn't have a consistent.
I know,
pick.
and I hate it.
It's the one. I mean, one mock it's a receiver, one mock it's a corner, one mock it's a defensive lineman, one mock it's. I mean, it's
And
something different every time.
You'll get, with the top 5 later, you'll get what I think they should do here. So, I don't want to speak too much because I don't want to ruin the world-famous top 5,
Right.
which is now famous in San Antonio, Texas.
Yes. Yes. One download.
Let's go.
All right, Richie. What do you think Tennessee does here?
So there's a guy that's climbing up draft boards, and linebacker out of Kentucky, Jamin Davis.
Jamin.
Jamming.
Just a coverage god. I mean,
Is he an OLB? Or is he inside? They don't need
I
inside.
think he's inside.
They don't need inside.
I don't think he's inside.
The best cover linebacker in this draft is still out here.
So it's
And you
between.
You just want him at the Browns.
No. I have considered Zaven Collins.
Yeah, he's by far the
Yeah,
best
because
coverage linebacker.
now what kind of defense do they run?
4-3. 3-4.
So if it's a
I don't know.
if it's a 3-4, it's Zaven Collins, no question.
They line up with 4 LBs.
Yeah, 3-4.
Yeah.
Give me Zaven Collins to the Titans. Because with Zaven Collins, he's a very good coverage guy, but the guy
He's
is
a run
6'4" and 270. He's coming off the edge. And now, obviously, I don't have the Steelers pick, but I like the Steelers taking this guy as well because of just the athletic freak that he is. It screams Steelers in the way of being able to cover, being able to blitz, being able to play the run. So I definitely like Zaven Collins to the Titans. And I'll be honest with you, the Browns taking him would not be a bad idea, but I honestly do not want the Browns to take him.
I think if you're a Browns fan, you're. Hey, let's get it. I think if you're a Browns fan, you're begging for Zaven Collins to fall there.
Nah.
I'm also not a Browns fan. So.
Does that leave Ken with the Jets?
No, I'm the Jets. Right? I'm after Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going ETN.
Over Harris.
Everything that I've seen recently is don't be surprised when ETN's the first one off the board.
I guess in that system, I can
That's all I got.
understand. I mean, if they're mocking what the 49ers doing, I guess that kind of makes sense in the home run hitter, gap scheme. Because if they're kind of mocking what Clemson can do or what they did with Lawrence and ETN, I think that's a good fit.
This is so. Go ahead, Ken.
I would have picked the safety.
Yes.
Morig for the Jets. I mean, they have a huge gap in the back of the defense.
I like
I mean,
him.
that's-
I like him to a team coming up here.
Yeah, I just think he fits the Jets really
Jax.
And honestly, I wouldn't be against the Browns taking him
Why?
because
Top
of
5 safety pairing.
Del Pitts.
good. What were you going to say, Ben?
Do you have the Steelers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me
That's what she said.
to think that they're just going for a
Oh, you
center.
do have it. And I got the Browns.
Great.
That's tough.
All right. So,
the Steelers.
so I got the Steelers pick.
So you think they bank on Anthony McFarland, maybe, Benny Snell.
Well, he hasn't picked anybody yet.
He's going to pick the center.
No, he's not.
Yes, I am. Creed Humphrey. When they draft centers like they draft or like they hire coaches. So
It'll last for 15 years.
they've had 5 centers since 73 or 6. They've had some fill-ins when they've been injured, but they've had 5 or 6 starters for 50 years. So when they draft somebody at that position, it's for a long time. So if this guy is as good as all these experts are saying, I don't see how they can pass him up. Now, I do see there are some other centers that are available later in the rounds if they want to get running back happy. And with the ETN being off it, I don't think they're going to take Harris. I think they would take Devonte Williams if they went running back. That's just my opinion.
I've seen some mocks with Williams going there in the second round.
Second round, yeah. That's again. I think there's a lot
That'd be
of
so good for
there's
fantasy.
I mean, we're only doing one round, but I could see them drafting someone like
I wanted to do a second round so bad.
I could see them doing something like Elijah Mitchell in the 4th round. If they don't get the running back they want, someone like Elijah Mitchell fits their program really well. So with what
What about Stevenson?
I don't think he's going to be there in the 4th round or
You really?
4th or 5th round. I think
You
Mitchell
think
will
he's a
be.
day 2 guy?
No, it's borderline. I think he's going to be borderline. People are worried about his weight and what shape he's in. So I think he's going to fall a little bit.
What was he like? 6'2", 250,
6 foot 250.
and he ran a
Brandon
4.59
Jacobs.
or
4'6",
4'6".
4'6" or something like that.
It's not bad for being 250.
But I don't see them drafting a skill position guy here.
Fair enough.
Only skill position guy I'd see is if a quarterback like Fields or Lance fell.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's the only way I see. Let's say Lance was at 15 available or somewhere right before the Patriots. I could see them trading up,
I think
but I don't.
they're going off script in the recent years, trading a first round pick for a player. I could see them doing something that's not Steeler like.
All right, but so that's what I have. I have Creed Humphrey. So now we go to the Jaguars with Ben.
I feel the same way about the Jags that Ken said about the Bears. I don't know enough about them as I should.
They need everything.
Yeah, and the first thing
Except
that
for
came
edge
to
rusher,
mind
really.
was I was actually thinking for them the safety that Morig that you brought up, just because I think he's far and away one of the best safeties that's came out of the draft in a while, and I don't think he's at all a bad pick here. So that's who I'm going to take.
It's a lawnmower.
Oh, it is a lawnmower.
Lady next door can't clean her car up, but she can mow her lawn.
I don't think no, her brother does it for her. All right.
Like, clean her car? She don't have a brother?
Yeah.
So that's who I took was Morig.
Morig.
This is kind of my point with they're getting the best player at the position at 25.
All right. I don't disagree with the pick at all. I think you could have picked Quiddy Pay. I think you could have picked anybody there that
To be complete, I think the fact
Right.
that Quiddy Pay has fell this far is actually insane.
yeah.
I have both Ravens picks.
But I because they need an edge rusher, but they might be able to get one with the 33rd pick.
Jacksonville?
30. What is it? They have
Who's on the other
33.
side of Josh Allen?
Josh Allen for Buffalo.
No, Josh Allen for
Oh, you mean? Oh, I'm sorry.
the Pro Bowl edge rusher from
yeah.
Jacksonville.
It's actually
Josh
funny
Allen.
because I played
Yeah.
with the Jaguars on Madden last night, and the guy that I was rushing with, I had no idea who he was.
Was it Josh Allen?
So I could see them taking a defensive end
Remember,
at
it
the
was
top of the second round.
Remember, it was in Dockway, and then after he left, I mean,
Yeah,
they
they
really
got
haven't
traded
filled
all
that.
over the place.
Yeah, so I mean, they might be able to get Rousseau or somebody like that.
Second round.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To Chi.
So I'm the Browns fan, so I want your guys' opinion on what you think that the Browns do here.
I think edge rusher, personally. I mean, I think that's what
Think
they've
so,
been
too.
hollering.
Because Bateman's staring me in the face,
Yeah.
and everybody is saying that they cannot take a receiver, but
I
they are
don't think there is a singular chance in hell they take a receiver here.
they are good at every position.
I think there's only 3 possibilities, 2 realistic ones.
Pay and Barmore.
Jason Away and Barmore. And then if this somehow happens and this is what ends up, I think they're insane to pass on Kwity Paye.
I think that they could also trade down, but
They have 9 picks. There's not a chance in hell they're
no, they're not trading
picking-
down to get more picks in this draft. I'm saying,
Oh, yeah, but I'm
for
saying-
next draft.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. They could trade this for a pick next year.
Yeah,
Man, there's some serious edge rushers left. Serious edge
Yeah.
rushers left.
How serious?
serious.
There's some good ones.
So I've heard a lot about Barmore. He's very raw. He's got a little bit of an attitude problem. He's hot and cold. He wants to show up,
He's yes and he's no.
but then there's games that he just doesn't play. But he had a very good run.
And then he's out.
There you go. Thank you.
and
This is the guy I think the Browns take somewhere.
Say his last name.
I can't.
Okay.
Onwuzurki.
Onwuzurki.
Onwuzurki. I think that's,
We'll just call him Levi.
yeah. So
so
I don't
right-
think Barmar goes to the Browns.
No, I don't either.
I don't think
If
so.
Pay is here, there's not a chance.
Right
in
now, it's between Pay and Owe.
Pay.
And
Pay's not going to make it to 26.
yeah, so give me Kwity Paye.
All right.
Because I think they can find a receiver later on in the draft. I really like the Tylan Wallace, like third, fourth round, because they have 2 picks in both rounds.
Word?
Word.
Word.
All right, Bo. Who do you got for the first Raven pick?
So, one is going to... I would say one's going to be a receiver, one's going to be a lineman, which is more...
Well, let's do the first one.
I think knowing that there's a chance New Orleans and Green Bay could both take receivers, they probably go receiver here.
Yeah.
And they go Bateman.
That's such a good pick. I hate the Ravens.
But he's physically and maybe not skill, but game usually
New word.
Sammy Watkins. They're kind of the same type of player.
Well, then he can learn from him.
Touche. Touchy.
Yep. All right. So I get the Saints, right? Mm-hmm. Bo's going to hate me.
going way down your board.
Elijah Moore.
Oh, baby. Why do I hate that?
I know you like Elijah Moore.
So?
I know you're hoping the Titans could get him in the second round.
Well, there's not a chance. I don't think there's a chance.
I think they need somebody like this on the other side of
MT.
Michael Thomas. I think for sure
Well, they just lost.
they need a sure-handed
Sanders.
They need a sure-handed, good route runner. Someone that can
the same
depend.
as Michael Thomas,
Yeah, exactly.
but
So,
just different size.
yeah, he's gonna work the whole field. I think they have to draft someone like that.
It's so tough to guess. I feel like I've said that every time I've started a pick. It's so tough with this receiver class to tell who's going to go where. But I think the next best available receiver is Rondelle Moore.
So I'm glad you said it because that's who I would take here. And the reason is they lost Jamal Williams, who was the guy out of the backfield. And Moore can play out of the backfield. And he can be that receiving down back, but he's very good at running routes.
So can Amari Rogers in the third round, though.
I do like Amari Rogers.
Yep.
I really don't think they go receiver here, but I don't know what else they would go.
Their O-line's getting old.
Think they take
Could.
like a Cosme just to...
We don't necessarily like
Trade
him on the
down.
show,
They
but
could trade down.
Kadarius Toney has
That's who
Randall Cobb.
That's who I have mocked to him in almost all of my mocks that I've done.
I mean, I think he fits that role as well
Yeah.
as anybody else.
Yep.
He would line up nicely with Adams. Yeah, that's probably how I'll take here.
Kadarius Toney.
I'd say he's got 2 first names, but I don't know that Kadarius is his name.
This next pick is not easy.
Give me Najee Harris. It is easy.
I don't think they take it right.
So they have failed.
I don't think they can pass on the edge talent here.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sorry.
They have failed to get a running back that can complement Josh Allen.
You think they risk going 0 for 3?
What?
Why would you go 0 for 3 with Najee Harris?
Nothing.
You still risk it.
People were saying the same
So
thing when they got
I
Zach
underst-
Moss and Singletary.
I understand Ken's point of a lot of very good edge rushers here. But I think they can find an edge rusher in the second round, and you take the talent, and out on everybody's board, or most of everybody's board except Bo's, Najee Harris is the number one guy. So why not take a very talented running back that can do everything, that can run the ball, hit the holes, break tackles, catch the ball. He can do everything well, and I think that complements that offense very well.
So you're going Najee?
I'm going Najee Harris.
I put it in there, but I don't agree. I think
We have to because that's who he's taking.
I know. We have to agree because that's his pick, but I don't see them taking a run. The same thing. They can find a good running back later in the draft,
And they failed.
Yeah, but how much does Josh Allen negate a good running back? He takes all the goal line stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Clyde with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they need Najee Harris here, but I think they have to be able to stop the Chiefs. I think you have to be able to not try to outscore them. I think you have to try to figure out a way to slow them down.
They go Osai or away here, one of them.
I think they have to do it. They have to get
If that kind of talent drops.
But that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't hate the pick, but I just don't see them making room for Najee Harris after taking Zach Moss last year. I just don't see it. They didn't really give him a chance to be the one.
Well, he had problems with injury, and I think he had problems with injury in college, and then it kind of carried over to the NFL. So that's why I think they can go Harris, get another back, get an edge rusher that can fill a role in the second round.
Okay.
But I do agree, I do think that edge rusher could be a pick here for them. Mm-hmm. But because they fall into the line of the Browns, the Chiefs, the Bucks, to where they're good at a lot of positions, and they don't really have to fill a need, but more so fill a role. So they could go many different ways here.
Okay.
Oh, it's me.
Yep.
They're gonna take Cosme here.
I think so too.
See, I was thinking Leatherwood. I was thinking Leatherwood.
Well, they got Cosme, Jenkins, Leatherwood. A lot of good options here.
Oh yeah, that Jenkins dude that I brought up earlier that I don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, for Oklahoma
Jenkins?
State.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Oklahoma State.
He's climbing.
He's athletic. Yeah, he's a nice athletic tackle. So
Cosme. I can picture Cosme on the back of a
In
Ravens
that
jersey.
the mock draft that I sent you yesterday, they talk about.
You sent me a mock draft yesterday.
We were literally texting about it, dickhead. There was talk about him going super early, like Panthers 8
Who?
Wow.
in that area.
Cosme?
Tevin Jenkins.
Oh, that guy?
yeah. All right.
He blocked for Chuba Hubbard.
I think the Cosme guy, isn't that the guy that was dosing people's drinks at the bar?
Yeah, Samuel Cosme.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Bill Cosme.
All right. So
Close it out.
I got the Bucks pick. It's Barmore.
Yeah, you can't pass on him if he's there.
Yeah. I mean, they have
You can change back to ours. Or hit the full results. We can go over it.
yeah. They have they're going to have a need with Sue. They signed Sue to a 1-year contract. Who better to learn behind? I mean, I think he fits that size. Yeah, I think he just fits that system really well.
Yeah, and if, once Sue leaves, it's a perfect
It's a seamless.
replacement.
Yeah, it's a seamless replacement.
Seamless.
So I
So
think that's a no-brainer.
No trades in this one.
No,
There will be a couple out of it.
Yeah.
But,
I actually think the Browns are going to trade.
yep.
You think they trade up?
Yep.
I think they trade up for Owusu Komura.
That'd be impressive if they
Or
pulled that off.
either him or they try to trade up for like J.C. Horn or
So
Greg Newsome.
assuming that Owusu's their target, I think they'd have to make it to at least 17. And I think the Raiders really want him. So
I think the Raiders could trade up.
who's 16? The Cardinals.
Yeah.
See, they need a corner. So
Yeah, they're not budging off corner.
no.
I think I think the Raiders could trade up. I think the Browns could trade up. I think the Patriots could trade up. And
I think the
Broncos
Bears
could trade up. And
Well,
the
I think
Bears, for
Washington
sure.
or Chicago could trade up.
I think Washington's going to get something they want where they're at.
Yeah, I think Washington's
I
happy
think
at
Baltimore
19.
can trade. Oh wait, they just did.
Yeah. Well, they could.
I
They could
see
package
them,
those 2 picks.
I can see them packaging those 2 picks to move up into the top 20.
I don't think they need to package both of them to get to top 20, but I think.
But they get if this falls how it is, and they get Bateman at 27, and then they get Cosme at 31. I think that's a very good draft.
It's solid.
I don't hate that draft.
They're all about solid drafts. I think this draft. Is there a way we can save this, by the way, to see how it?
I mean, we'll have the video of it.
Okay. To see how it turned out.
You have a gold bond to add at the top of your screen right now.
Nice.
This episode of the Casual Fantasy Football Podcast is brought to you by Gold Bond, Ultimate Men's Essentials.
I have a Volva ad.
If we ever have an
Send me the picture.
listen, if we ever have an ad, Bo is definitely doing that.
He's definitely.
The ad read for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely doing the ad read.
I got to do ad reads and run the board, I guess.
Yes.
Show
Actually,
would do nothing.
Just record
without
it.
me.
All
Just
right.
record
I'm
a drop.
so essential to the show, just like Gold Bond, man.
hey, since we're talking, you want to talk about your contest real quick about the
My
mock
contest.
the mock contest for the
Why does it
show.
gotta be my condo? Why can't it be
Well,
our-
because it was kind of your baby. So
Well, we can do it at the end.
Yeah, let's do it at the end.
Well, we're doing. Mock
Well, we talked
draft
about it
now.
last week, and we got so many emails about it so far. So.
All right, let's do some top 5 then.
Top 5.
All right, guys.
By the way, I got so lucky. I didn't know if I had the screen ready. I just pressed the button.
Wow, that means you're getting comfortable. All right, today's top 5 is 5 players that we want our favorite team to target in the draft, and I believe Ben's doing the Dolphins since Ben doesn't really have a favorite team.
Yes, sir.
Can you, for the purpose of the show, can you become a fan of an individual team?
No. I think it's better that I don't.
Please.
I think for the purpose of the show, I think it's better.
For fantasy relevance, I think it's best case scenario, not being biased.
So, is there a team that you prefer?
Over all the others?
Yes.
I just follow players in professional sports.
So, is there a team that you prefer?
I like I love Zeke. I like Odell. So
the
Cowboys
Cowboys.
and Browns.
You're so liberal.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, just everything. It's all the same. It's all even. I just compared liberals to communists, but it's very communist. It's a very communist. All the teams are equal.
All right, so
I just got kicked off the show.
all right, let's do this.
Number 5.
All right, Richie, what do you got?
So, the way I did this was I kind of did it in order. So, kind of like top 3 or 4 rounds on the players that I think they can get at each one, and I'll just move up. The only difference is my top 2 picks are the picks that I would like at 26. So, with my number 5, it's going to be Amari Rogers. Maybe like in either the first or second pick in the third round.
Small receiver.
But I think he fills the role in what Jarvis Landry fills, which is good intermediate route runner.
That was who my comp to Mark Rogers was.
Yeah, it's a bigger body and a smaller frame, but he's willing to go over
Thick boy.
the middle of the field. And I think he would
boy.
fill that role that Jarvis Landry fills if they decide to move on from Jarvis Landry after next year.
What if they don't decide?
You still get a solid receiver that
Thick
can,
boy
that can do
nation.
many
Shout out
different
to Bears
things.
1K.
Especially if they don't re-sign Higgins or anything like that.
So, because I don't follow rules, my number 5. So I did it basically in order. My number 1 is who I want him to draft in the
Yes,
first
that's
round.
kinda
My
what
number
I did.
2 is second round, and so on and so forth.
That's what I did.
My number 5 is Kerry Vincent, D-back from LSU. Jesus Christ. They took Christian Fulton last year. They played together at LSU, so that'd bring a level of comfort for him. He balled out in 2019, sat out this year, so he's kind of one of those names that are getting forgotten a little bit.
There's gonna be a lot
he would
of
have been
those
like a
guys.
top, maybe a day 2 pick last year. Well, he couldn't have come out, but you know what I mean. But I think he's going to be a potential 4th, 5th round steal, potentially even 6 if people keep passing on him. So
There's going to be a lot of guys that sat out last year that teams aren't going to get the amount of tape that they want on, and they're going to get steals in the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds.
I just think pairing him up with Fulton is a smart move.
All right, what do you got for the Dolphins?
So the way that I didn't do it in a completely different way. I just kind of listed their top needs for me, like 1 through 5. And obviously the number 1 for the Dolphins is pretty damn apparent. So for number 5, I think one of their
Quarterback. Bo's leaving.
Hey, go give me a Dr. Pepper.
Fifth on the list for me would be like a safety or something in the secondary for me. So I think them taking like Mo Rig or something at 18 would be a nice pick for me.
Okay. So the way I did it, I don't have it necessarily. My 1, 2, and 3 could all go in the first round. So I just have, it's a wish list basically. Mine is a wish
I
list.
didn't do rounds. My bad. if
Mine
that's
is a
what we
wish
were
list,
doing.
but
No, it's just because, like I said, I don't follow rules.
but my number 5 is later in the draft. So I have Tamori and Terry as to be kind of in the Martavis Bryant mold as a that's one thing they don't have right now. Even though people want to say Claypool, he's not really that guy. He's just
Big.
fast. It's big. Martavis Bryant was big, but he had
Claypool's built like a tight end.
yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah, literally.
I don't think they're going to draft this guy or draft it. I don't even think they're going to draft a receiver for the first time ever. But I'd like to see this guy in a Steeler uniform.
Number 4.
So my number 4 is kind of targeting a position that after releasing Sheldon Richardson, you might want to grab some depth for. So 3rd, 4th round, I'll grab Tommy Togiai from Ohio State. Strong, good centerpiece up the middle, good depth piece in the later rounds. So I like Togiai to kind of be a good piece for the
And
Browns.
where you want him to be at?
Probably like the 3rd, 4th round. I think he sits there at 89 or 91.
Foreshadowing. My number 4, I mentioned a Kent. I thought I had to press the button again for some reason. I was going to press the right button. Red out! I mentioned to Ken last week that I've fallen in love with a player that I didn't have listed in anything. My number 4 is a receiver that I think they could probably grab in the 4th round. Cade Johnson,
Yeah.
South Dakota State. I wrote down some stats. Put my glasses on. As a sophomore, dude put up 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns. I know they're South Dakota State. Kiss my ass. As a junior, put up 1,208, and then he didn't play this year. And then not only did he not play this year, he still got the invite to the Senior Bowl and still balled out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock with him.
He's just one of those guys that didn't get the opportunity some of the other guys got to slip through the cracks.
And
Kind of
if
like
it-
an Adam Thielen.
And I know you guys know that I desperately want Elijah Moore, but going a receiver in the 4th, 5th round allows them to load up on defense early. So.
Yep, I agree. Good pick.
Number 4 for me probably should have been 5th just because I don't see the Dolphins taking a
Who was
running
your
back.
5?
Dude,
I wasn't listening. I went over to give Ken a hug.
Mo Rig.
Oh, that guy.
I don't see the Dolphins taking a running back at all in this draft, and if they do, it'll be like 5th, 6th, 7th
Gaskin
round.
season, bro.
Yeah, I think Gaskins is locked in. They just picked up Malcolm Brown, right? Mm-hmm. So I
Okay,
I
you
don't
did your research.
I don't think
About time.
they're worried about running backs. But
Salvin Ahmed still there.
that being said, I wouldn't hate if they took like a ETN or a Najee Harris
So which one is your number 4?
by ETN.
All right. I have, for my number 4, Barrett Browning. I think
Barron.
Is it Barron?
Barron, yeah,
okay.
from Ohio State.
I'm sorry.
Autocorrect probably on your phone.
Yeah, probably.
Even though Barron.
Colostomy.
Red Bear. Ooh, pizza sounds good. Can we get pizza for lunch?
I'm down.
Barron Browning is, I think, a perfect person to sit next to Devin Bush in that defense. I think he's athletic. He can blitz. He can cover. I think he's
kind of flying up draft boards too.
yeah. I think
He's gonna be a 2nd round pick.
I've seen him
he is.
mocked to the Browns quite a bit. I've seen him mocked into that.
I could
that
take him in
division.
Tennessee, too.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have him on my
I
list.
I think he could fall into a top 40 pick.
He can
so, too.
fall into a top 32 pick.
Yeah.
yeah, but
If I don't think defense is gonna. I think in our draft we probably had. It was probably like a 20-10 split offense to defense.
yeah, I didn't look at it. But
2012.
22-10 split for offense defense. But if defense starts to go, those back end teams
Yeah.
may jump on a guy like that.
yeah, I could see maybe the Steelers trying to trade up and get another pick in the second round to get him. That's kind of my hope.
I feel like there could be a lot of teams trading out of the first round into the top of the second because of the talent that's going to fall, and just getting extra picks for next year.
I don't disagree.
All right.
The camera did not see that.
Number 3.
So my number 3, he's climbing up draft boards. He's falling into the late first round, and it's going to be Eric Stokes, corner from Georgia. He's big, good
so
size.
big. Oh, his
he's got good
size.
speed.
So fast.
I can't fucking talk. But I think he fits well next to Denzel Ward. You know, Denzel Ward's the smaller guy. Then you got the bigger guy that can guard some of those bigger receivers in the AFC North.
He better fit in Denzel Ward's spot.
Yeah, I mean, I could see
he's not
Denzel
getting
Ward.
he's not
I could see
getting
them
re-signed.
drafting a corner at 26 that could become the number 1, and Denzel Ward falls more to the number 2 role.
I think
But-
what Bo's saying, he's not going to re-sign with the Browns.
Yeah.
And he can't stay on the field.
So,
I think that's what Bo's saying.
Yeah.
You're drafting him as a replacement.
but I think it's a security blanket just in case if Greedy doesn't come back fully healthy. Because right now Greedy's that bigger corner with speed that can cover pretty well. So I think they draft somebody that could help just in case if he doesn't come back fully healthy. So
That's
they
a
could wait.
very ongoing, consistent problem for the Browns. It's a coin flip on whether or not their secondary is going to play every single game.
You know, I think
And I
that's
think
why they
losing-
could take Morig as well because of Delpit not coming back fully healthy from the Achilles.
I think losing Mitchell is huge, too. I love Terrence Mitchell.
And that's why I think they could go corner for sure. Or they could just sign some. Casey Hayward's out there. Chris
Yeah,
Harris is out there.
absolutely.
So I like
Sherman.
Stokes.
Sherman's still out there. My number 3 could be a little bit of a shock. Obviously, Derrick Henry is a stud amongst boys. My number 3 is Kenneth Gainwell. I think he'd be a perfect third round pick for him. He's the exact opposite of Derrick Henry. Just the compliment that they could play together would be huge for me.
a little bit of thunder and lightning.
Yeah, literally, talk about a change of pace. I mean,
Literally.
take the offense to the next level. Like I said, I think Tannehill's MVP candidate this year. So having a receiving back.
It's my on guy. Tannehill is the quarterback. I'm on for
He's
sure.
on, and I'm getting him off.
Yep.
Number 3 is going to be a little out of left field for me. It's a kind of a just in case.
I can't find it fast enough.
I was going to say I should probably just wait here.
No, you're good. Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. Where'd you go to school?
Just in case. Fuck you guys.
Number 3.
Reset it. Let's
Reset.
Go. Does he
All
play
right.
for Ohio State? Can I show?
No.
It's Justin Fields.
Just in case the Bengals end up taking Jamar Chase, I wouldn't mind at all if the Dolphins ended up with Pitts. I think Gesicki's easily the guy there, but I think Pitts could just go to town there. You know, him and Tua, young quarterbacks love their tight ends, so
I think the Dolphins could take Pitts anyways.
they could. I don't think they will, but they could.
Like I said, I think he's going 5 to Cincy, but if he's there at 6, I don't know why they wouldn't take him.
My number 3 is Creed Humphrey, which,
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea that you wanted him.
yeah, I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Soup's obvious.
Yep.
Number 2.
So my top 2 are going to be guys
Potential
that I would,
first-rounders.
that I would love to have them because I, talking about it, I actually changed the 2 that I had. So my number 2 is going to be Owusu Koromoa, linebacker, safety from Notre Dame. Like I kind of said in the, like I said in the mock draft, he does everything really well, and I think to have him being able to cover those inside guys and being able to shadow a guy like Lamar Jackson, I think it would fit really well in the Browns defense because the DC for the Browns wants to do a lot of different things, and he said on a conference call the other day this week that he's looking to do more 3 corner and 3 safety.
I was about to say, can you imagine just Johnson sitting back as a center fielder, and then you got Delpit and Owusu just...
And I think everybody forgets Ronnie Harrison is
He's a linebacker.
yeah, he's a big safety, so he could play linebacker too. So they want to play more 3 corner, 3 safety, 4 down linemen. So that what's that put you at 10 guys. So then you got one linebacker on the field, Jacob Phillips roaming around, or you could just do 4 safeties.
Who'd they just sign from?
Anthony Walker.
Walker, yeah.
So he's just a field general, and
That would be a lone linebacker.
yeah.
option.
So I really like the fit for Owusu, but I don't think he's going to be there. But it's a dream.
What number are we on? 2?
Yeah.
My number 2 is Tommy Togiai in the second round because he's not falling to the third or fourth round.
I don't blame. I don't think so either.
I mean, he's a potential all pro pocket penetrator. Potential all pro pocket penetrator. Say that 5 times fast.
That was pretty clean the first time you said it.
Yeah.
Clean
It's
as fuck,
impressive.
bro. He's just so good at collapsing the pocket, making that quarterback scramble.
Throw that ball up there again.
Yeah, and I also think so. They tried to play Jeffrey Simmons at the end, like here and there, and that's where he was most comfortable at. I think because he's the size of a D tackle, but I think getting Togiai moves Simmons on the outside to play that Aaron Donald role that the Rams have shifted Donald to the outside. So
Okay.
Number 2 for me is going to be Ojulari. I think he's the most NFL ready
Aziz.
edge rusher
God bless you.
in the class.
was a bean.
I mean, that one's for obvious reasons. I think he makes their defense better as a whole. I think it's a good pick for them. I think they'll honestly probably end up with him.
And you're Miami.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I like Miami with Zaven Collins too.
I forgot
to
to
play
show Tommy
more of
Togiai.
that. I know I tried looking down, but
I thought you were just nodding to me. Agree.
with getting rid of Kyle Van Noy, I think
Saving Collins.
Collins could fall into that role of linebacker DN hybrid.
I agree with you.
My top 2 are just plain wishes, one or the other. But
Devonte Williams.
number 2 is Najee Harris for me.
Scrub.
So, I mean, hopefully, crossing my
That dude
fingers.
sucks.
I don't see. I could see them taking him at 24.
He's the deucer of the running back in class.
I think in order for that to even remotely be possible, what you were saying would happen with the Jets would have to happen. I think if they see the Jets take ETN at 23, they'd be like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't think it's out of the realm of reality.
Number 1.
My number 1 is Quiddy Pay.
Sorry, side note. I think the drop for number 1 should be, we should record the Nelly song.
One.
Okay, sorry.
Dude.
So
He's
anyway,
just thinking out loud, everybody. Just thinking
Here's
out
my
loud.
number 1, guys.
Man, go ahead with Quiddy. Go ahead with Quiddy.
Stats, bro.
my number 1 is Quiddy Pay. They could easily, sign somebody to come
He fell to
in.
you in the draft, and did you take him?
Yeah.
Okay.
But sit behind Myles Garrett and sit behind those guys on the other end because both Tack and Jadeveon Clowney both are on 1-year deals. So, they could draft a Quiddy Pay at 26 and just come in, fill a role for this year. And if anything happens with injury, they have a guy that can come in and fill a role that would step in pretty
Is
well.
Pay better 3-point or standing up? Like, is he better like a TJ Watt rushing type, or is he a down lineman that's going to edge rush?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I think he's more of a defensive end.
That's what I
like,
thought, yeah.
Like Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he's
I just didn't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know either.
But I'm saying that would move Clowney to the
Well, I think
TJ Watt role, standing up on the outside.
Well, I think that's what their plan was to move Clowney more inside, but also at a stand-up role to where he's just roaming around the defensive line because that's what he did best in Houston, and that's where he got a lot of his sacks because he was running with momentum coming into an offensive guard and just bull rushing the offensive guard.
Okay. Go ahead, Bo.
Oh, I got you. So my ideal move that the Titans could make is a trade up, package their 22 first with 22 overall, and go grab Pat Surtain. I want him in Tennessee.
and like I said, if the Cowboys are willing to move down, that's not
I think they'd need.
impossible.
I think they'd need to jump the
They
Cowboys.
need to jump the Cowboys.
And Carolina wanting to trade at 8 is.
And I don't think the Cowboys would be mad. They're just going to take Horn. They're
Yeah.
going to get somebody. So, I mean, I don't think it's...
if the Eagles take Waddle.
I mean, potentially getting Horn or Farley
Well,
as a
no.
oops.
Cowboys
not
are
true.
ahead of the Eagles.
You're just saying they just need to move up that far.
They need to move up to 9.
yeah.
And again, you mentioned Denver trading back, and I mentioned Carolina wanting to trade back. I mean,
I think if Denver
I don't think it's going to
trades, it's
happen,
going to be
but
up.
that would be my 100% ideal.
It's just with quarterbacks going in the top 5 like that, and then offensive lineman and receiver.
that's my
defensive
note.
players.
My note is that in any other draft that doesn't have these quarterbacks, that doesn't have the top offensive talent that like Sewell, Chase, Pitts, he's a top 2 or 3 pick in any draft.
Yep.
And that falling to the end of the top 10, that's reachable.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers and Broncos could get a haul.
So if they offered Carolina at 8, 22nd overall, and they're 22 first, would they take it?
No.
To drop all the way from 8 to 22.
No, it's going to have to be like a second-round pick, or they're going to have to add more in this draft, too.
You're talking the Panthers?
At 8.
At 8.
Falling back to the Titans at 22.
I mean, if they can still get a lineman like Vera Tucker.
They can get Cosme or something.
Those guys are going to be there.
Yeah, I don't think I'd say no to that if I'm the Panthers.
So I'm saying, and Robinson is smart.
Yeah.
That's Titans GM. John
Yep.
Robinson.
Yeah,
That's my
they might be able to figure
ideal.
something out.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't I would like the Browns to do something like that,
I've seen Newsom.
to trade up for the top
I don't want
CB.
Newsom.
I know, but I've seen him mocked to Titans a lot.
I know. Me too.
That would be interesting.
Like I said, and I got Farley as my DB2. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most realistic trade that could probably happen that we've talked about.
Thank you.
No problem, sir. Great working with you. My number 1, and the only reason I even included it is because of the possibility of somebody else taking Jamar Chase or Pitts falling or something, is Jamar Chase.
I was just changing.
Oh, I thought you were about to blast my eardrums out. But it's the stuff that this guy could potentially do for this team. I mean, he can open up the rest of the receivers, can make Tua better, can make Gesicki better, can make the running back room better, which hasn't been a thing in Miami for a while. I'm excited for Jamar Chase, and I hope that's where he lands.
Number 1 for me, Devonte Williams.
That's not a stretch.
No. Maybe in the second round, but he's the one guy I want for sure.
I mean, if a team wants somebody, they're going to trade up and go get them.
Yeah, the Steelers won't trade up for a running back.
Yeah,
Let's
I
make eye
mean,
contact.
people said that the Steelers wouldn't trade their first-round pick, and they traded it for Minka.
Who?
Minka.
People said it.
Oh, Fitzpatrick. I'm like, what? I thought you said Mika. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mika was the best pickup for the Steelers in a long time.
Can anybody tell me the last time someone traded up for a running back?
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, I can.
Go ahead, tell me.
I'm not going to tell you, but I can.
It doesn't happen in the NFL. No one trades up for running backs. So
I hope they trade up so much.
they won't. There's a lot of running backs that are serviceable in the NFL in this draft. So
Devonte in Pittsburgh, man.
I've seen
if he goes, so, and this is, I know you don't like talking about our leagues on here, but if he goes,
talk
to
about it.
Pittsburgh, is old dude taking him at 1-3?
possibly.
Damn.
That could be the
super
fan.
fun, super
that could be the fanboy in him. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
Oh,
I
I
wouldn't blame him. Obviously,
I could see it.
I think any Steeler.
he's 1-1 to me in a non-super flex.
I think any
that would
running back that goes to the Steelers, he would probably take with the 1-3
So, like, even if it's like ETN,
for sure.
any of the top 3.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Man,
I did
Devontae
see
and
Gainwell
Pittsburgh.
mocked to him, which I don't see that
No.
because he's too much like McFarland. But I don't see them taking Gainwell.
I think it's kind of crazy
Devontae in
that
Pittsburgh, though, bro.
Yeah, but
that McFarland hasn't had a chance yet.
yeah, but
Because I think McFarland is slept on pretty hard. That kid was good in college.
sometimes it always doesn't transfer over.
No, I completely agree with you, but he hasn't even had a shot. They keep giving it to Benny Snell and whoever that other schmuck is, Jalen Samuels. I mean, they are ass.
Yeah, Samuels will be gone this year.
He's a tight end.
Yeah, he's an H-back. He's a glorified.
Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, but I think
He's going to end up on the Steelers or the Ravens
definitely.
or the Titans.
I think McFarland will get his chance this year as a third down back for sure. Snell's working his way out of there pretty quickly. So,
Well, that wraps up our top 5.
yeah, guys, that was a world famous
How
top
long are we
5.
at? Ooh, Lord.
It's all right. We do this because we want to do it.
We do this. We do this.
So
We do this.
I want to thank everybody for listening. I'm gonna
Yeah, dropped a mock.
get so.
But still, thanks for listening.
You all right?
or watching now.
Yeah, dropped a mock.
I know we got to figure out how we're doing that. I mean, for sure, we got to be able to send the link out to people. So I think
We need a social media guy so bad.
Yep. So we're gonna try to get this link together. We're gonna do a mock contest. What was it? It was 5 points if you get the position right for the first round only.
No, player right.
Player right. 3 points if you get the position right, and then 1 point if you get the right side of the ball. We're gonna do it on Mock Out. That's the name of the app. So you have to download Mock Out.
To add to the point totals, it's a bonus 5 points on top of what you already score for that pick.
If you get the trade.
Guess a trade, right?
Right. With the correct team.
What happens if they guess the trade right, but they guess the player wrong?
They just get.
5 points.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends.
they get the
If they
5
get the right
trade.
side of the ball,
Yeah, it's still the
then
same
it's
point
6.
total.
It's 6 points.
Yeah, it'd be the
Roger.
same point total. We're also streaming live during the draft. So, is it on Facebook Live? Is that what
It'll be
it's
on
gonna
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. Please tune in. I mean, can we take?
Please.
We're going to be able to take questions, aren't we? During it.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
chat.
Yeah, they can write on the Facebook live
Yep.
chat and we can answer them.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
we'll take callers.
yep. Well, what I was hoping to do is call people we knew that were fans of
I
teams
want people to
that were
call
coming
in
up.
and give us a trash take so we can hang up on them. I'm so excited to hang up on people.
Shock jock. So let me throw out our email is thecasualsffp@gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, thecasualsffp, Facebook Live, or not Facebook Live, I'm sorry, but our Facebook group is the Casuals Fantasy Football Podcast.
Not the dynasty.
Again, we want to be interactive with you. We want to talk to you guys and make it fun. Talking shit is kind of what we do best.
Yes, sir.
So,
Even with each other.
yeah. So
I don't talk shit at all.
I've
I've never talked shit in my life.
So we will. You will see us Thursday. We won't be able to see you unless we zoom you in, but we will see you Thursday. And thanks for listening and becoming a casualty.
You're
See ya.